Hi guys, I am here today to make another card, but the first thing I want to do is, in the last video, I didn't think of it until last time, or until afterwards, that I want to put like some kind of thing that I can write onto here. So what I did was I used my die cut machine to cut out these like label things, and I'm gonna glue them together, glue them on here, so that way I can write his name on there instead of it just being just a flat card. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do, and I did the same thing for the card I'm gonna be making today. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm gonna finish up this card first. So this goes on here. Just make sure that I get it on there right. This was just the die set I got off of Amazon. Came with a bunch of different shaped, these, whatever you want to call these, like labels, I guess. And then different sizes of the same shape, so that way you can layer them, just like I layered this one. And then glue that right there. And now I can write his name on it. And we're good to go. So that's out of the way now. Okay, so for this card today, I have this idea. First of all, this is for my cousin's husband. He went through all the training and whatever it takes to become a policeman, and my cousin's having like a little graduation type party, welcome to the force kind of party for him next week. So I want to make a policeman flag inspired card for him as best as I can. At first I was just going to do like a black and white and blue, just normal card with, you know, a random design or whatever. Then I thought more about it, and the policeman flag really isn't that hard to replicate. I mean, it's just stripes, basically. So I'm going to try my best to replicate the police flag in card form. So I've got all my supplies. This is a blue plaid piece of cardstock, but this is what I'm going to use the envelope for. So I'm going to get this out of the way for now. And then my card base is going to be black again. So I'm going to cut that out right now, so that way I can get this out of the way. Okay, so it's 5.5. And I think I will need that as well for now. But for now, I just want to get the card base folded and out of the way. And I also have to grab one more thing that I forgot. So this is, again, 4 1/4. So there it is. And fold it over. So there is base. And I forgot to grab a white piece for the insert. This white piece is not for the insert. Actually, I'm not even going to use this white piece. I'm just going to grab, oops, forgot to put this away. Don't want to lose my bone folder for sure. I'm going to trade this white piece for a base that I already had made up. I'll show you in a second. So these, the insides of my card. But this way, this card, I'm going to have it flip up instead of to the side. This is the first time I'm making a card like this, actually. Obviously, I'm still going to glue it the same way. But, need my tape runner. So that way I can get the card base just all done. So he's gone through a lot of training and weight loss. He was a little bit of a heavier guy, but then once he decided that this is what he wanted to do, he did it really, really well. And he's got 4 boys, the oldest one being 13, I think, 12 or 13, something like that. The youngest ones are twins, and they are like 8, I think. So they look up to him a lot, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure, I know. So I know that they're proud of him. Everybody's proud of him. That's why my cousin's having a party for him, because it's a super cool accomplishment. And I thought that it was a perfect opportunity to, again, make a card for somebody, and then also make it kind of personal. So, okay, first thing I want to do is cut the base, the mat, I mean, for this card, and I'm going to use this blue, and the mat of a normal size card is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm just gonna get this cut, get this envelope punch board out of the way. So 4 inches by 5 1/4. That is perfect. So let's get that taped down. I even did a mini kind of test run of this earlier because of how the policeman flag is. I wanted to make sure I got the colors right and the like the amount of stripes it has and whatnot. So I played around a little bit earlier. Here's my strips from a scrap piece of paper as proof that I was working on it earlier. Okay, so now what I need to do is, this is going to be the mat that is going to peek out behind the flag. This white piece I'm going to cut down to, wait, no, not the white piece. Well, yeah, the white piece is going to as well. They're both going to be 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. First, I'm going to cut this black piece. And then I'm going to cut the white piece, and I'll show you what I'll do with the white piece. So this needs to be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. What size is this? It's already near 5, so let's just cut this. Yeah, we'll cut this at 3 3/4. 3 3/4. And then 5. And I just want to make sure that I have it right before I cut the white one. Yes, that's perfect. And then the white one, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so the white one is going to be cut down to the same 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Okay, and now this white piece, what I'm gonna do is, earlier when I was playing around with this, I went on ChatGPT because I wanted to know how a flag has 13 stripes. The policeman flag is not any different. So I wanted to cut this evenly into 13 strips, but obviously this is a really short amount and 13 is a lot. So I had no idea how I was going to be able to do that myself. It would have taken me forever to figure it out. So I asked ChatGPT, how can I use a ruler to measure this out into 13 even strips? So it gave me the approximate measurements, which is just over 1/4 inch. Or wait, No. Yeah, a 1/4 inch, right? So this is 3 3/4 inches. And yeah, what I was doing was, it was 5/16, and these obviously don't have 16th hashes. And even my ruler, oh no, my ruler does have 16ths. But so I basically made that as 2.5 eighths, which is just over a 1/4. So what I did was I lined it up at the 3. Wait, this is not the right edge. The 3 3/4, because that's how big it is. And then, am I in frame? And then I went about a 1/4 inch, just over a 1/4 inch, and marked it. And then I put that mark back to the 3 3/4 and did the same thing. But I don't do it 13 times because I only need 5 white strips. It starts at the bottom with blue, alternates blue, white, blue, black, black, white, black, white, till it has the police stripe. Then it's 2 more black stripes in between the blue one, and then a couple more whites. But there's only 5 white strips, so I only need to do this 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I cut the strips as best as I could, or as best as I can. Whoa. Okay, so there's, and this cutter just not doing too great. So there's 1, and then we'll get this one down on there. 2, and they're not going to be perfectly even because, I mean, obviously I didn't like completely measure from top to bottom. I only did the top, and my stripes aren't, my little lines weren't perfectly straight, but it's okay. It's handmade. I think he'll appreciate it either way. So there's 4, and then this last one will be 5. All right, so what I'm gonna be doing is, I don't need this white strip anymore. Now this is the part that I did not do earlier. So I have my black mat. This is serving as the flag itself. I have to try to make this, oh no, let me get my my blue strip as well. That will help too. So I'm gonna cut this again at 5 inches. And then I need a just over 1/4 inch strip. Sorry, this is off camera. I think maybe it's not, but is that even a 1/4 inch? Yeah, so just over a 1/4 inch. Okay, there's my blue stripe. So basically, I need one. Why do I have so many? What happened here? I don't think that was supposed to be it. I think these are supposed to be it. Right? Yes. Okay, so here's my 5. So how it's supposed to be is this bottom part is supposed to be a 1/4 inch. or roughly, you know, the same length, or the same height as these. So we have a white one and then another strip for the black. So 2 white ones go on the bottom. So something like that, and then there's another black strip, and then the blue part of the flag, and then another black strip, and then another white strip, and then it just alternates basically. Oh yeah, that is so cool. So you have from top to bottom black, white, black, white, black, white, black, blue, black, white, black, white, black. So those are the 13 stripes of a policeman's flag. And up here is where the little star spot goes. So I'm going to use this same piece that I used in the card that I made yesterday, and I'm going to cut it to size I don't exactly know what size it should be, but first I'm going to get some of these things glued down. So I'm going to get these first 3 glued down as best as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but I think it's going to be really cool. This might be the coolest card that I ever make. And I just started making cards. Okay, so we got that, and then making sure where the pencil line is. There's no pencil line on this one. And then, so we got this. Okay, and then the blue one. All right. Okay, now I'm going to, so this goes almost all the way to the bottom of the blue stripe. Not quite all the way, but almost all the way. And then probably about this big, and then where's the top of it? Right there. About that big. Okay, so let's get this cut. So there's that, and then this. Okay, so here is the stars. Sorry if my head was in the way there. Perfect. So there's the stars. I'm going to glue that down. All right. And then now I'm going to start at the top. And let's just put my nail right there. That way I can cut it and glue it. Actually, first I'm going to cut down these other 2 so that way they're the same size. It's hard. I should have done that before I put the glue on it, but it's okay. And then, okay, now I will put this about right there. And then there should be 3 white ones up top. So we got 1, 2, and then this will be 3. Oops, darn it. I'm gonna have to erase that pencil line, but that's okay. And then we have the last one, which I cut a little thinner, but it's all right. No pencil marks, no pencil marks, okay. All right. Perfect, that is so cool. And now I'm just gonna go through and cut off these excess parts. There we go. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love that. I think that is so cool. All right, yep, that's it. And then I'm gonna glue this on here. And I was going to put the congrats on the outside, but I don't know if I want to cover it up. I'm kind of conflicted now. Let's get the stamp out and see how big it is and go from there. So I have this little congrats stamp. I guess it's not too big. So yeah, that'll be fine. So I'm going to put it on my stamp block. And make sure that this piece of paper is big enough, and it is. And then get my ink out. Make sure that it's nice and juicy so it comes out good. Thankfully, there's not too much detail to this stamp. It's just some easy text. Actually, this is like absolutely perfect. Okay. Let that soak up a little bit. Okay, should be good. And now get this cut down. Whoops, cat wants in, hold on. Come on. Okay, and then we're gonna, oh crap, this was the back of that black, whoops. It was supposed to be cardstock, but that's okay. Totally okay. And that looks good. I thought about rounding the corners. Maybe even putting it on a black mat. That might... Well, I don't know if I'm going to put it on a black mat, but what I do know is I'm going to cut a black mat out and see how that looks. Alright, I'm not going to freehand that top just in case I do want to use it because I want it to be straight. So we will put this about right there maybe. Yeah, a little less. And go from there, see how that looks. If it looks better with the mat, then I'm gonna put the mat on it. If not, then I won't. Simple as that. Okay. Okay, so there it is without the mat. Or with the mat, I mean. Here it is without the mat. I think I'm gonna put the mat on. I think it kind of gets lost a little bit. Maybe if I would have stamped it on a brighter white sheet. Nah, I don't think that would have mattered. So I am gonna put it on the mat. Get that glued down. Okay, make sure that it's straight. Okay, and then there we go. Perfect. That is so cool. I like that a lot. Yes, that is very, very, very awesome. I'm actually super proud of this card. So now, let's make the envelope. My paper is right here. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. And I need my big cutter. My little cutter doesn't fit 12.5 or 12-inch paper. So again, this has to be 8 1/4 squared. And then 8 1/4. Okay, don't need the cutter anymore. Just the envelope punch board. And then again, 8 oh crap, it's 8 1/8. 8 1/4, 8 1/8. Well, at least I cut it bigger than smaller. So that'll be fine. I'm still gonna do the 3 3/4 mark. 3 3/4. So let's punch it and let's get the tool out. Punch it again. And punch it again. And then punch it again. And turn it so that way I can round the corners. All right. Get that out of the way. Get this trash over to the side. And get these folded. And glued. Oops. All right, so there's that, and then fold this down. Perfect. And now I'm gonna make sure I have it the right way. Put that right there, and then put the white one on it. And there we go. Perfect. So there is the envelope. Here is the card again. And right in there. Oh, I was going to pop this up. I forgot. That's okay, though. That's okay. And there we go. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And hope that you're enjoying my card making. Because, like I said in the last one, I will be doing it a lot. Because it's kind of what I'm into right now. And probably will be for a while. It's a lot of fun. So let me know what you think of this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.